Hello, everybody. This is Johnny S coming to you with another game review. This time we're reviewing the Ascent. This is a spectacular game. I know that I might have mentioned this, extreme rating, let's say, for many games. But yeah, there's a lot of games that I like to play. Some not so much. Some are worth mentioning. So I will make reviews of games which I'm not crazy about, but I'll mention them anyway. This game, I really do think that it's one of its kind. There has not been another game as such in this specific area and in this specific environment, let's say. So it's not unique as in game mechanics, but it is unique in the theme. The game is called The Ascent, as you can see from my screen. You can play it single player, online, and so forth. It's not a free game. You have to buy it from. You can purchase it from the Steam. It's not expensive. If I remember correctly, I got it for around €9. And there's special deals in the Steam store, which you can get discounts further. So it's a cheap game, but it's a very nice game. So what is the concept? It's a hack and slash ARPG. That's the type of game it is. And the unique thing about this game is that it's a cyberpunk thing. So if you like the cyberpunk, let's say, concept, this is an excellent game. And I have searched for other similar games. There's a Cyberpunk 2077, which is a nice, like a third person, first person sort of like a game with a lot of detail. A top-down game, which is one of the games that I like to play. I don't think anything else has been done as such. Um, the design is very excellent. A lot of cyberpunk, sort of a dark, gloomy night city, theme. The graphics are excellent, excellent. They can run on medium to low NPCs, mostly medium. My settings at the moment I've got them on pretty much high. So let's have a look a little bit just to see the graphics. Yeah, everything is ultra. It's running full smooth display with VSync on. There's no delays. There's nothing, of that sort. So you can see the animations at the back, and you can play with your friends. You can have online co-op play. Uh, you can host games, and your friends can join you online. And you can play single player also. There's a lot of DLCs, not a lot, but there's quite a few DLC packages that have come out. Some of them have extra content. Some of them have items and armor packages and everything. The character that you can currently see on the screen here is my character. So the whole base of this game is that you create a game and you have saves. Usually you play with one character. So you create your character, you start the game, and slowly you build him up. You wear armors. So this is not how you start, obviously. Uh, and this is not a weapon that you hold, obviously. So you start with like a pistol. Slowly you go through the stages. I'm not going to go into a lot of the beginnings of it. I just want to showcase a little bit of what it can look like. And obviously, this is not the end game as well. You know what I mean? So you can go much further than this. It's an excellent game. Very nice, beautiful. If I have to say two things, positive things about this game, visual effects and the soundtrack. The soundtrack is amazing. Usually, when I do my videos, I try to put the sound low so you can hear me speak over. And there's a lot of people that have commented and they're telling me why you sound so low, or why when you end your videos you say I bid you good night. Okay, the truth is that usually I make all my game review, all my YouTube content. I'm a full-time working guy, so I don't have a lot of time in my hands. Once a week, I might make a review video. Sometimes I might make a couple of short ones, like I might make in one go two reviews, for example. Usually, I do them on nighttime. So I'm married with a kid. My family is sleeping. That's why I'm speaking. And this is not a professional setup, obviously. It's just a classic webcam. So if somebody's interested in how I'm doing this, it's just a Logitech webcam, like a cheap one with maybe €20. A couple of bucks microphone, like €10 mic. And this is the setup that I'm doing. So it's at night time. That's why I'm speaking kind of slow, low. Um, so yeah, two of the things that I really like about this game is the the visual effects and the soundtrack, the music of the soundtrack as well as the effects. It really, when you play the game based on the sound and the visual, it really feels like you're playing the game. So there's a lot of intense sort of, let's say, combat to the game. um, let's go ahead and pick single player. And another thing to mention is you can create a new game. You can start from the beginning. You can resume a game, or you can make a new game plus. So the first time you fight through the campaign, you only have the option of a new game here. Sorry, I'm smoking, so my throat is not that good. This goes to all the little kids: don't smoke. Uh, so when you first begin, you only have new game option. Once you complete the game, so I have clocked the game, I have beat the end game boss. There's a huge campaign and there's many different areas that you go through and everything. You unlock the Resume Plus or the New Game Plus. The New Game Plus has additional contents, greater difficult enemies. So it's not like you play the campaign once and you're done. No, you play the campaign, you save your character, and if you want, you can continue. You can continue as many times as you want, and you can create different save files and different characters. That's the concept of it. So, you're not going to see a list of characters here, like character 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to see games and loaded games based on your progress. So it is a good idea as you're playing through the game to create multiple saves so you can actually go back if you make a mistake. And once you finish a game with one specific character, it's good to save it once or twice, and then you can make a new game. Like, for example, now it's good idea for me to make a new game plus, so I kind of start fresh, but I have the additional difficulty, let's say. For now, just to showcase, I'm going to resume an existing my existing game, the last game that I played, and you can see some different characters, what they look like. There's a lot of nice visuals to this game and a nice look. So this is it, just going in. So you can see it's a top-down game. You have the map on the right-hand side, and the whole concept, as you can see, is full cyberpunk. The controls are WSAD to move around, and you can aim, which kind of shifts the screen a little bit around, and you can left click fire your weapon. At the moment, because we are in the city, let's move a little bit this way, you cannot equip your weapons. All you can see is your radar. And in the city, you have different, let's say, icons and vendors, and you can unlock armors and everything. You can go almost everywhere. So even if you look at that place down there, the door, I can actually climb down the steps and actually go to that area. So let's move around. You can go up the steps. It's a very nice looking sort of thing. You might see the game being a little bit glitchy. That's because I've got everything on ultra settings, and this is a medium to low PC. So this is just to show that you can play it. It's not going to be tragic. I mean, you don't get any frame losses. But on certain areas where the game is loading new content, you might see a little skip. But it's playable. The camera is fixed, so you cannot move it, but as you can see, it kind of moves. So if I go up the steps and I go towards the shop, it kind of shifts across to show me that I'm going in the shop. So it's very nicely designed. This is a vendor, and you can talk to it with F. I'm not going to do that. So this is, let's go a little bit outside of the town. I'm going to showcase, a little bit of what I've got on this character. Like I said, you can go as deep as you want. But one of the things to notice is the lightings, as you see. That's why I was speaking about the visual effects. It's a very lot of a contrast. It's like a dark theme, cyberpunk sort of, very nice textures. If you can see the detail, there's robots, there's NPCs moving around. Like for example, this thing here. You know what I mean? The glow from the sign, from the neon sign. It's a very nice game. I really enjoyed it. So this is the security portal. Once you go outside of this, you're basically on the open area, and there's a turret here which defends the city. Some places are locked when you begin, so you will see this gate being in a red color, and you cannot access it. So if you go, you try to access, the guards are going to say, "What are you doing there?" Like step away. Slowly as you progress, become more famous. You increase your rating, and then you're able to access different areas. meaning that you have access to different weapons, and everything. So let's move towards this way. As soon as I progress a little further, you're going to see the interface is going to change, and you're going to see on the bottom right hand side my weapon. So if I go here a little bit more, there you go. So now we can actually fight. So if you have a look, I can swap my weapons. These are my weapons on the left hand side. The area has become red, indicating that this is a hostile area. You can kill civilians, but just for fun, it doesn't make any difference. The loot is similar as in other games. So you kill enemies, you pick up the loot, you pick up credits, you level up, you collect money, you sell items, you make your arsenal, let's say. Um, At this point, I think if you let the camera and you don't touch it, the sort of the screen starts doing like a cinematic sort of viewpoint, which zooms into your character, so it's nice. I'm going to show the inventory. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. So if I move, for example, the camera changes. So it's very interactive and very nicely designed. This is where we fix our laureate, our armor, and everything. So this is our statistics. It's going to show you the level of your character, your health, your energy, and everything. You can move him around. So it's got like a cyberpunk sort of like a technical sort of a thing. Very nice looking graphics. So this is the L'Oreal. At the moment, I have two weapons. And there's more weapons here that you can select. It shows you the statistics. You can go melee as well, so you got like a baseball bat. You can go pistols and everything. The two weapons that I'm using is the ARB Commander and the ER Enforcer. So it's these two here, as a primary and as a secondary. There's different damage types here. So there's physical, and there's fire, there's elemental, there's electricity, depending on the enemies. So if you're fighting an enemy which is human, usually you will fight him with bullets because that's going to cause flesh damage. Something to mention here is that there is a little bit of blood, so this is not for kids. I will suggest a little bit of an older age when it comes to the player base. If you're fighting a robot enemy, then it's good to have electrical weapon because it causes a shock damage and it destroys them further. So there is an RPG element to it. There's a strategy to it as well. You have your armor, obviously. I have selected, this specific look for armor, and you can actually change it. So let's say I pick this, for example, it's going to look different. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. So left click, you're going to fire your weapon. Right click, you aim, and you can move around with WASD as you're aiming, or you can just move around like this. You can go backwards. The laser pointer is excellent. I really like it. So you fire. This is the part of the visual component. So if you pay attention, the lights, the flashing, everything, the effects of the bullets and how they come out, it's great. You know, very nice sort of visual elements. This is my physical weapon. It's a burst weapon, so it shoots 3 rounds. And with mouse wheel up and down, you can swap your weapons. You can say I swap my weapons, and this is my energy weapon. So it does like lightning damage for the robotics. So it's similar, but I'm just going to fight a couple of enemies. So you go here. You can activate things with F. Like I said, you can go all the way down here, in the steps. On the map, you will see red icons, which will indicate these orange guys are guys which are not hostile, but if you attack them, they will become hostile. With R, you reload the weapon, so I have 33 bullets. It's good to be on full clip. And let's go fight some of these guys here. So this guy here is not hostile. He's just looking at me, but if I hit him, he becomes hostile. And the rest of the guys, they become hostile as well. So I just exploded these tanks here. Causes tremendous damage. There's a lot of particle effects. It's very, very nice. And also, I think my weapon has homing missiles. So if I shoot around the enemies, they travel towards my enemy. You can press space to roll and take cover. The enemies also shoot. They throw grenades, so you gotta keep an eye out on what's happening. Load. Whoa. And there's four automatic weapons, depends how you like to play. I actually shot a guy as he was about to throw a grenade on me. So, a very, very nice game. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. This yellow thing shows a quest. That's how you follow the quest. Okay, this is Ascent. I hope you like it. It's a really, really nice game. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.